What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and let me go ahead and start by saying this, because when it comes to topics like this one, some people suffer from a total lack of comprehension skills. But I am not here to tell you that what we are about to talk about is real or not. I am simply here to present you with some information, and you can come to your own conclusions. And to be completely clear, I don't know how to feel about this story either. I'm still up in the air with this one, but right now, there is a clip that has gone viral online of a man describing a very scary situation that he found himself in. Apparently, he's like some type of delivery driver. He always delivers to a certain business, and he interacts with this same guy that he sees when he delivers these deliveries. Well, one day he had a weird situation where he's going to the guy to make a delivery, but all of a sudden the guy starts looking different. This day in particular, the guy looked like some sort of demon. At least that's what the man is claiming. Now, I see these type of clips online all the time. People hop on the internet and they make all types of wild fake claims. Usually, I would see something like this and I would automatically dismiss it. But as someone who's been covering the news, basically for a living now, I go through all types of news stories every day, most of which we never get to talk about. But there has been a crazy increase in sightings like this over the past year or so, where people are claiming that they see demons, or better yet, they see humans with demon-like features. One day, they walk outside, and the next door neighbor all of a sudden looks like a demon. I know this sounds crazy, but this has been happening. There's been a dramatic increase. There has been an influx of reports of people reporting stuff like this. You might even remember that one lady that went viral on the airplane. You know, she obviously, or she was either having a mental breakdown or she saw something crazy on that airplane. You know what I'm talking about. That motherfucker is not real. That lady. Well, after this dramatic increase of these sightings, of these reports, news articles started coming out that scientists and medical experts have identified a new condition that they call demon face syndrome. I talked about that right here on this channel. Some of you all may remember. But they're claiming that this is some type of new, I don't know if I call it a disease or what. It's some type of illness, some type of mental illness. They're claiming it's some type of condition that people are all of a sudden suffering from these days. Like, the people will be perfectly saying nothing wrong with them at all. It's just some humans now look like demons. They have black eyes, widened mouths, pointy ears. Really wild stuff straight out of a sci-fi novel, right? But it's really happening, folks. Go look it up. If there is ever anything that you're in doubt about, if I ever cover a news story that you're in doubt about, go do your research. And you'll find out not only is all of this stuff real, there's actually more to these stories, a lot of which I can't talk about here. But there was such an increase of these demon face sightings that medical experts created a whole new condition. And knowing about that condition is why this story stuck out to me. Because some people may write this guy off as just another wacko online sharing fake stories. But I do know that there is a large uptick of people suffering from whatever this is. And are they even suffering from a condition, or are they seeing things for what they really are? Who knows? It's really wild. We'll discuss it a little bit more. But first, I want to roll this clip. I want you all to watch closely. You let me know. I'm not saying you guys are body language experts, but I want you to watch this guy closely. And I want you to be completely honest. Do you believe this guy, or do you think he's lying for attention on the internet? I'm going to roll this clip. You let me know what you think below. And then after the clip, I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Hey, so today, I experienced something that I've never experienced in my life before. Freaked me out. Thought I was crazy. Still haven't processed it fully. So, as I do every week, twice a week, I make deliveries to the same guy. I've been doing it for 7 months. And it's the same guy every time I walk in. He's got a big garage with like a couple trucks in it. I walk in, I hand him his parts, we talk for a minute, I walk away. I go on my business. Today, I walked in, and he had his back to me, and he was working on his bench, and he must have heard me coming. I don't know, because I was actually pretty quiet, I thought, but when he turned around, I jumped and kind of grabbed my mouth like that because I didn't know what to think. And he laughed a little bit, and he called me jumpy. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just not feeling very good. And I handed him his part, and I was like, hey, I gotta go. The reason I reacted that way is because when I looked at him, he was different. He didn't look like the same guy I saw every other time. First thing I saw was he had no color in his eyes. They were completely black. Like black. Like you couldn't even see reflections. It was just a black mass. And for some reason his ears were kind of weird, and they had like this little point like that. I don't know what that was. Excuse me. But then I was talking to my friend, and he sent me an article about them saying that a new disorder that's coming out where people are starting to see demon faces in people. And it got me thinking, if they're putting something like that out, could it be a disorder, or is it God is actually letting people see demons and they're just trying to make it look like we're crazy? I still can't process it. I can't. I don't know. And like ever since the eclipse, I find it funny. The clouds look different for some reason. I don't know what it is yet. I'm going to figure that one out. But that could be just me being dumb. The other thing I saw, like I have perfect vision. So I don't know what I saw. If anybody else has ever seen this, can you please let me know, because I'm kind of weirded out right now. Anyway, God bless, love you, take care.
So when I watch the clip, part of me feels like the guy is lying, because I'm always automatically skeptical about everything. I'm open-minded, but I'm skeptical. I go into a situation like this with the mindset that I'm trying to prove that this is a lie, as opposed to I'm trying to prove that this is true, because I don't want to go into situations or into stories like this with a personal bias. I rather try to debunk it than to defend the story, but I don't have much information here to debunk. We have to go off this guy's word. Now, looking at him, he doesn't come across as a complete liar. He seems somewhat genuine, but he could just be a good actor. I could probably act that well if I needed to. But like I said, the only reason why I looked at this and took it a little more seriously than a lot of the other stuff that you see online is because I have noticed a lot more reports are flooding in over the past year of people seeing stuff like this. Now, is this some type of new medical condition for real? Is this a medical condition that has always existed that we're just finding out about? Is this just schizophrenia? I'm interested in what is causing this uptick of people seeing stuff like this. Are we in a day and age where we're getting closer to some sort of event where, like he said, is God letting people see people for who they are? Are people really seeing the demons and the evil inside of people? Or can we attribute this to the uptick and the rise in people suffering from mental health issues? Because we could try to connect whatever dots we want. We also can't ignore that we are in the middle of a mental health crisis. People are out of their minds. And maybe the reason why so many people are seeing crazy stuff is because these people are crazy. Now, I don't know this guy. He doesn't look crazy. He didn't act crazy. He didn't sound crazy. But I'm not there in his personal life to know what he's got going on. But that's really the question I have. Because we know people are seeing this stuff, right? And we know that they're seeing it at a higher rate than ever before. You know, demon face syndrome was not a thing 2 years ago, right? No one heard about demon face syndrome until like 6 months ago. So what is it? Are we headed to a point where, like, are we headed to the end days? You know what I mean? Is Jesus about to come back? I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but are we in a time where people are more spiritually awakened and they're starting to see these weird demonic things? Or are people just losing their minds around us? I don't know. But the scary part is that whatever answer you have for this, it's still scary. Either people are going crazy around us and they're starting to see demons. They're starting to see people who shapeshift basically into demons before their eyes. Or they're really seeing some stuff. It's either you're crazy or it's real. And either way, it sounds dangerous and it sounds scary, because the last thing we need is a bunch of crazy individuals thinking that normal human beings are demons. How do you think that's going to end? It's going to end in a freaking crazy event with a lot of people losing their life. That's how that's going to end. But I just thought I would present this to you because I thought it was a cool callback to a story that we've covered before. And I find it interesting because we unfortunately, as crazy as 2024 is, we now live in a time where we can see things like this and we can question them now, because the type of person I am, I'm into conspiracies, I'm into the weird stuff. When I see people making random claims online, I don't put much thought into it. If you showed me this clip a year ago, I wouldn't have put much thought into it. The only reason I'm sitting down making this video is because I've seen so many reports like this one, and I just find it weird. So even if this guy is lying for clout and attention, that does not negate the fact that we have all of these other reports, and we even have health officials and doctors coming out speaking about people seeing this stuff. So what it is, I don't know. You can come to your own conclusion. You let me know what you think it is down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.